She hated him. Well, not him exactly. She'd never actually spoken to him, but she hated what he represented. The rumors, the reputation, the endless string of models and socialites photographed on his arm every other week. Ethan Cole, billionaire, CEO, and according to every gossip site and break room, whispered the biggest playboy in the city. But his company paid $40,000 more than anywhere else. So here she was, 5th floor, executive wing, his personal project manager, selling her soul for a paycheck. Ms. Hayes. She looked up from her desk. He stood in his office doorway, tall, expensive suit, that stupidly perfect face that probably got him out of every consequence his whole life. Yes, Mr. Cole, my office, now, not a request. She grabbed her tablet and followed him in, keeping her expression neutral, professional, distant. That's how she'd survive 3 months here. He sat on the edge of his desk instead of behind it, casual, like they were friends. They weren't. The Richardson account, he said. You've been avoiding the dinner meeting. I haven't been avoiding it. You've rescheduled twice. Her jaw tightened. Because dinner meetings with clients should involve the whole team, not just me and you. Something flickered in his eyes. You think I'm trying to hit on you? I think you have a reputation, Mr. Cole, and I'd prefer to keep things professional. Professional? He stood, moved closer. Is that what we're calling it? That's what it is, right? His mouth curved. Not quite a smile, because you've decided I'm exactly what the tabloids say I am. The tabloids and half the office, and you believe them. I believe patterns. She met his gaze, and yours is pretty damn clear. He was quiet for a long moment, just looking at her with those dark, unreadable eyes. You know what I believe in, Ms. Hayes, he said finally. What? Giving people the benefit of the doubt. He moved past her toward the window, but apparently that's a one-way street. Mr. Cole, the dinner's Thursday, 7 p.m. You can bring the whole team if it makes you feel safer. His voice was cold now, but the client specifically requested you. So unless you want to explain to Richardson why we lost a $10 million account, you'll be there. She wanted to argue, wanted to tell him to screw off. But $10 million was $10 million. Fine, she said. I'll be there. Great. He didn't look at her. Close the door on your way out. She did, and hated that some small part of her felt guilty. Thursday came too fast. She wore her most professional dress, hair up, minimal makeup, armor in the form of business casual. The restaurant was upscale, too upscale, the kind of place where you needed a reservation 3 months in advance. Ethan was already there, sitting alone at a table for 2. Her stomach dropped. Where's the client? Running late. He stood, pulled out her chair. Traffic from the airport. You said 7 p.m. I said the dinner was at 7. Richardson's flight got delayed. He'll be here in 20 minutes. Ethan's expression was neutral, unless you'd prefer to wait in the bar. She should absolutely not sit down at a table alone with him, but she was already here, already dressed, already committed. 20 minutes, she said, sitting. Then I'm leaving, noted. The waiter appeared with wine, expensive. She didn't touch it, Ethan noticed. Not a drinker, not on business dinners, right? Professional. He took a sip of his own. You really commit to the bit, don't you? It's not a bit, it's a shield. He set down his glass. And I get it. I do. But you know what's funny? What? You've worked for me for 3 months, and in that time, I've never once hit on you. Never made an inappropriate comment. Never done anything except treat you with respect. His eyes locked on hers. But you've already decided I'm the villain. Her chest tightened. I've seen the photos. Of what? Me at charity galas? Business dinners? Industry events where I'm photographed with colleagues and clients. The tabloids said. The tabloids say a lot of things. His jaw tightened. Doesn't make them true. So all of it's fake, most of it. He leaned back, but the narrative sells. Billionaire playboy gets clicks. Hardworking CEO who goes home alone doesn't. She didn't know what to say to that. You want to know the truth, Ms. Hayes? He leaned forward. I haven't been in a relationship in 2 years. Haven't slept with anyone in 18 months. Because every woman I meet either wants my money or wants to say they bagged the billionaire playboy. His voice was quiet, raw. So yeah, I go to events. I take clients to dinners. I pose for photos because it's part of the job. But at the end of the night, he smiled, sad. I go home to an empty apartment and wonder if anyone will ever see past the bullshit. Her throat burned. Why are you telling me this? Because you're smart and talented, and you look at me like I'm a piece of shit. And for some reason, he stopped, swallowed. I want you to look at me differently. Before she could respond, his phone rang. He answered, listened. His face went tight. Understood. No, it's fine. We'll reschedule. He hung up, looked at her. Richardson's flight got canceled. Whether he's not coming tonight. The restaurant suddenly felt too quiet. So this was not a setup. Ethan stood. I didn't know, I swear. But he didn't look surprised. You knew, she said slowly. You knew he might not make it. I knew it was possible. So you what? Figured you'd trap me here. Make me listen to your sob story about how misunderstood you are. It's not a sob story. I'm leaving. She grabbed her bag. Riley, wait. She froze. He'd never used her first name before. Please, he said quietly. Just let me explain. Explain what? That you manipulated this whole thing. That I'm desperate. His voice cracked. That I've spent 3 months watching you look at me with disgust, and I can't fucking take it anymore. The honesty in his voice stopped her. I'm not asking you to date me, he continued. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just asking you to consider that maybe the guy everyone says I am isn't who I actually am. She should walk away. Should not let this man with sad eyes and careful words get under her skin. But she sat back down. You've got 10 minutes, she said. Relief flooded his face. Thank you. He told her everything. About the business rivals who started the rumors 5 years ago. About the smear campaign designed to make investors doubt his stability. About how every woman he was photographed with was either a business associate or someone hired by the press to make it look like something more. There was one article, he said, his voice hollow, about me leaving a hotel at 2 a.m. with some model. The headline called me insatiable, and I'd been in a board meeting until midnight. She was the hotel manager I'd been negotiating an acquisition with. But that doesn't sell papers. Riley looked at him, really looked at the exhaustion in his eyes, the tension in his shoulders, the way he held himself like he was waiting for the next blow. Why not just sue for defamation? She asked. I tried. My lawyers said it'd draw more attention, make me look defensive. Better to ignore it and let it die down. His laugh was bitter, except it never did, so you just lived with it. What choice did I have? He met her eyes, until it started affecting people I work with. People like you, me. You think I didn't notice you flinch every time I walked past your desk? Or how you'd schedule meetings 4 times you knew I'd be busy, so you wouldn't have to be alone with me. Her cheeks burned. I was just protecting yourself. I get it. He leaned forward. But Riley, I need you to understand something. If I was half the guy those rumors say I am, I would have fired you for insubordination weeks ago, or made your life hell until you quit. Then why didn't you? Because you're good at your job. Because you don't take shit from anyone. Because he stopped, swallowed. Because you look at me like I'm human. Even when you're looking at me with contempt, at least you're actually looking. Something cracked in her chest. Ethan, I'm not asking you to like me, he said quietly. I'm just asking you not to hate me for things I didn't do. The waiter appeared then. Asked if they wanted to order. looked at her. Your call. She should leave. Should keep this professional. Should not let this broken, beautiful man make her feel things she absolutely couldn't afford to feel. But she was so tired of being careful. I'll have the salmon, she said. Ethan's smile was devastating. Make that two. After that night, things changed. She started noticing things she'd missed before. How Ethan came in early and left late. How he remembered everyone's names, from the janitor to the CFO. How he'd quietly paid for the receptionist's mother's surgery without anyone knowing. How every scandalous photo of him could be explained. She started digging. Late nights in her apartment, searching through old articles, cross-referencing dates with company records. And she found the pattern. Every major rumor coincided with a business move, a merger, an acquisition, a competitive bid. Someone was actively sabotaging his reputation. She printed everything out, put it in a folder, brought it to his office at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. He was already there. Of course. You're here early, he said. I need to show you something. She spread the documents across his desk, showed him the timeline. The connections, the way the rumors always benefited one specific competitor, Marcus Sterling, his former business partner. Ethan's face went pale. How did you? Public records, gossip site metadata, some light hacking. She shrugged. You're not the only one who works late. He stared at the evidence, then at her. Why? His voice was rough. Why would you do this? Because you were right. She met his eyes. I judged you without knowing the truth. And she stopped. I wanted to know if I was wrong, and I was. Her throat burned. Ethan, I'm sorry. For everything. For assuming. For treating you like. He kissed her. Hard. Desperate. His hands in her hair. Her back against his desk. 3 months of tension, finally breaking. When they pulled apart, they were both breathing hard. I shouldn't have done that, he said. Probably not. HR is gonna have a field day, definitely, but I'm not sorry. Me neither. He kissed her again, softer this time, like he was memorizing her. What do we do about Sterling? She whispered. We destroy him. His voice was dark, dangerous, together. It happened on a Tuesday at 9:47 p.m. Riley was alone on the 5th floor. Everyone else had gone home hours ago. When she heard the elevator doors open, she looked up from her research. 2 men stepped out. Expensive suits, cold eyes, the kind of men who got paid to intimidate. And behind them, Marcus Sterling, older than Ethan, silver hair, smile like a knife. He saw her, stopped. Well, he said, the infamous Ms. Hayes. Her blood went cold. Buildings closed, she said, keeping her voice steady. You need to leave. Relax. I'm here to see Ethan. He glanced at Ethan's dark office. Where is he? Not here. Liar. Marcus moved closer. His guys flanked him. His car's in the garage. He's always here this late. So where is he really? Hiding. Riley stood slowly, reached for her phone. One of the men was faster. Plucked it from her hand. Give that back when we're done talking. Marcus sat on the edge of her desk, invasive, threatening. You know I've been watching you. The loyal little employee. So dedicated, so protective. She didn't answer. Must be hard, he continued, working for a man everyone knows is trash. Tell me, does he at least pay you well for the PR? Get out, or what? His smile widened. You'll call security. With what phone? He leaned closer. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to stop digging into my business. Stop helping Ethan build his little revenge fantasy. And you're going to walk away while you still can. And if I don't, then you become part of the story. His voice dropped. Dangerous. The ambitious employee sleeping her way to the top. The gold digger who manipulated a broken man. I can make you unemployable, Ms. Hayes. One article, that's all it takes. Riley's hands shook, but her voice didn't. You done? Marcus blinked. "Excuse me?" I asked if you're done. She met his eyes. "Because I've got work to do, and you're in my way." His face darkened. "You think this is a game? I think you're desperate." She stepped closer. "I think Ethan's got evidence that's gonna bury you. And I think you're here because threatening me is your last play. You don't know what you're talking about. Bank transfers to gossip sites. Emails with your assistant coordinating fake photo ops. 5 years of systematic fraud." Her voice was ice. "Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about." Marcus stood, slow, threatening. "Careful, little girl, don't." The voice came from behind them. Ethan stood in the hallway. Dark suit, darker expression, phone in hand recording everything. "Don't touch her, don't threaten her, don't even look at her." He moved forward with lethal calm. "In fact, get the hell out of my building before I have you arrested for trespassing." Marcus's jaw tightened. "Ethan, you heard me." Ethan stopped between Riley and Marcus. Protective, immovable. "Leave. We're not done." "Yeah, we are." Ethan held up his phone. "Just got everything on video. Your threats, your admission about the articles. All of it." Marcus's face went white. "You're bluffing, am I?" Ethan's smile was cold. "Want to find out?" For a long moment, no one moved. Then Marcus stepped back, straightened his tie. "This isn't over." "It is." Ethan's voice was final. "And tomorrow morning, the FBI gets everything I have on you. Every transaction, every email, every lie you've told for 5 years. You'll destroy yourself. Maybe." Ethan stepped closer, voice dropping. "But I'll take you down with me. And unlike you, Marcus, I'm not afraid to burn." The words hung in the air like smoke. Marcus looked at Riley, then at Ethan. "You're making a mistake." "No." Ethan's hand found Riley's, pulled her close. "I'm fixing one." Marcus laughed, bitter. "She's just using you. Get out." The command was quiet, absolute. Marcus stared at them for another beat. Then he turned and walked toward the elevator. His men followed. The doors closed. Silence. Riley's legs gave out. Ethan caught her, pulled her against his chest. "I've got you," he murmured. "You're okay. I've got you." She couldn't breathe, couldn't think, just held on to him like he was the only solid thing in the world. "How did you know?" Security alert. Someone used an override code on the elevator. His arms tightened around her. "I was in the parking garage. Came up the stairs. He was going to. I know." His voice went hard. "But he didn't, and he won't." She pulled back to look at him. "The video is going straight to the FBI." His hand cupped her face, along with everything else. "He's done, Riley. After tonight, he's done." Tears burned her eyes. "He said he'd ruin me. He can't." Ethan's thumb brushed her cheek. "Because I won't let him. You understand. I will burn everything I've built before I let anyone hurt you." The fierceness in his voice broke something open in her chest. "Why?" she whispered. "Why are you doing this?" "Because you believed me when no one else did." His forehead touched hers. "Because you looked past the rumors. Because you're standing here instead of running. Because..." He stopped, swallowed hard. "Because I'm in love with you." The world tilted. "Ethan, I know it's fast. I know it's complicated. I know there's gonna be fallout and press and 100 reasons why this is a terrible idea." His eyes held hers. "But I don't care. I'm done pretending, done hiding, done letting fear make my decisions." His hand slid to the back of her neck. "So I'm telling you now. Before the FBI. Before the press conference. Before any of this becomes public." His voice dropped to a whisper. "I love you, Riley Hayes. And I'm asking you to stand with me when this gets ugly." She should be careful. Should think about her career, her reputation, the storm that was coming. But she looked at this man who'd endured 5 years of lies without breaking. This man who'd put himself between her and danger without hesitation. This man who was willing to burn his world down to protect her. And she made the easiest decision of her life. "I love you too," she breathed. His eyes closed. Relief and something deeper, something raw and aching flooded his face. Then he kissed her. Not gentle, not careful. He kissed her like she was air and he'd been drowning. Like she was the answer to every question that had kept him awake for 5 years. Like she was worth every lie he'd endured and every truth he was about to tell. When they finally broke apart, they were both shaking. "What happens now?" she whispered. "Now." He pulled her closer. "Now we go to war." His hand found hers, laced their fingers together. "Tomorrow, I'm calling a press conference. I'm releasing everything, every piece of evidence, every lie Marcus told. And I'm telling them about us. Ethan, that's suicide. I know." His smile was grim. "But I'm done letting him control the narrative. Done letting fear make me small." He turned to face her fully. "But I need you to understand what that means. The press is gonna tear us apart. They're gonna say you're a gold digger, that I'm manipulating you, that this is all fake. I know. They're gonna follow you, dig into your past, make your life hell." His grip tightened. "And I can protect you from a lot of things, but I can't protect you from that." She looked at their joined hands, thought about the man she'd hated based on rumors, thought about the truth she'd found by watching instead of judging. "Then we face it together," she said. His breath caught. "You're sure?" "I'm sure." She stepped closer. "Because you were right. Actions matter more than words. And your actions have been telling me who you really are for months." She reached up, touched his face. "You're not the monster the rumors say you are. You're not the playboy. You're not the villain." Her voice broke. "You're just a man who got knocked down and kept getting back up. And I'm tired of watching you fight alone." Something cracked in his expression. "Riley, so yeah. Tomorrow, we tell the truth. We face the press. We let them say whatever they want." She smiled through tears. "Because I'd rather stand in the fire with you than hide in the shadows alone." He pulled her into his arms, held her like she was the only thing keeping him standing. "I don't deserve you," he whispered. "Too bad." She held him tighter. "You're stuck with me now." They stood there in the empty office, holding each other while the city lights flickered beyond the windows. Two people about to walk into hell, together. And somehow, that made all the difference. The call came at 5:47 a.m. Riley woke to her phone buzzing. Ethan's name on the screen. "It's starting," he said without preamble. "Turn on the news." She grabbed her remote. Every channel was covering it. Breaking. Coal industry CEO releases evidence of 5-year smear campaign. Marcus Sterling accused of fraud, harassment, criminal conspiracy. The truth about the billionaire playboy. Her phone exploded with notifications, texts, emails, social media mentions. And then she saw it. A photo of her and Ethan from last night, leaving the building together, his arm around her shoulders. Her face turned into his chest. The headline, "Cole's new girlfriend, employee or accomplice." Her stomach dropped. "Riley," Ethan's voice. "Talk to me. They're saying I'm part of it. That I helped you fabricate evidence. I know. I'm handling it. How can you handle?" Press conference. 2 p.m. I'm telling them everything. Applause. Including us. Her heart stopped. "Ethan, I'm not hiding you. Not downplaying this. Not pretending you're just an employee." His voice was steel. "I'm telling the truth. That I fell for someone real. That you had nothing to do with the evidence. That this is separate from Sterling. They won't believe you. Maybe not." She heard him moving, getting ready. "But I'm saying it anyway. I'm coming with you. Riley, you don't have to." "Yes, I do." She was already out of bed. "You're not doing this alone." Silence. Then, "I love you." The words hit her chest like a physical thing. "I love you too," she whispered. "Now let's go burn it all down." His laugh was rough, grateful. See you at the office. The office was a war zone by noon. Reporters lined the street, cameras on every corner, security struggling to keep them back. Riley walked through the lobby in her sharpest suit, black, severe, untouchable, and every camera turned toward her. Miss Hayes, are you sleeping with Ethan Cole? Did you help fabricate the evidence? How long have you been involved? She didn't answer, didn't look, just walked straight to the elevator like they didn't exist. But her hands shook the entire ride up. The fifth floor was worse, half the staff staring, the other half pretending not to, whispers following her like shadows. Sarah caught her arm. Girl, are you okay? I'm fine. The internet is losing its mind. I know. They're saying you're either a victim or a co-conspirator. I know, Sarah. Riley pulled away gently. But I can't think about that right now. She walked to Ethan's office. He was standing at the window, phone to his ear, tension radiating from every line of his body. I don't care what the board thinks, he was saying. I'm doing the press conference. No, she's not staying home, because I'm not asking her to hide. Then they can vote me out. I don't care. He hung up, turned, saw her, and the tension in his shoulders eased just slightly. You came? Of course I came. She closed the door behind her. How bad is it? Board's threatening to remove me if I go public about us. Lawyers say it'll undermine the evidence against Sterling. PR team quit this morning. He laughed, hollow. So, pretty bad. And you're still doing this? Yeah. He moved toward her. I'm still doing this. She looked up at him. This man who was about to sacrifice everything. You could just deny it, she said quietly. Say I'm just an employee, that the photos are misleading. Keep me out of it entirely. It would be easier, yeah, safer for both of us. Probably. His hand cupped her face. But I'd be lying, and I'm done with lies. Her eyes burned. Even if it costs you everything, especially then. His thumb brushed her cheekbone. Because what's the point of keeping the company if I lose myself in the process? She couldn't breathe. Ethan, I'm tired, Riley. His voice cracked. I'm so goddamn tired of being what everyone else needs me to be. The controlled CEO, the reformed playboy, the guy who takes the high road even when it's killing him. His forehead touched hers. But with you, I get to just be me, messy, angry, in love. He pulled back to look at her, and I'm not giving that up. Not for the board, not for PR, not for anyone. She kissed him, hard, desperate, trying to tell him everything she couldn't find words for. When they broke apart, his watch was beeping. 1:45 p.m., 15 minutes. Ready? He asked. She straightened his tie, smoothed his collar, let her hands linger on his chest. No, she said honestly, but I'm doing it anyway. His smile was devastating. That's my girl. The conference room was packed. Every major outlet, cameras lining the back wall, reporters crammed into every available space. Ethan walked in alone. Riley watched from the wings with Michael, his lawyer, whose face was grim. Last chance to change your mind, Michael muttered. Not happening. He's about to commit career suicide on live television. I know. Riley didn't look away from Ethan, but he's doing it with the truth. That counts for something. In fairy tales, maybe. In reality, Michael shook his head. The truth just makes you a target. Ethan reached the podium. The room fell silent. He didn't have notes, didn't have a script, just stood there in his dark suit, looking like a man who'd already made peace with whatever came next. My name is Ethan Cole, he began, voice steady, clear, and for 5 years, I've been called a lot of things. Playboy, womanizer, unstable, unfit to lead. He paused. Most of it was lies, but I let people believe it anyway. Because I thought fighting back would make it worse. I was wrong. He pulled out a USB drive, held it up. This contains 5 years of evidence against Marcus Sterling. bank transfers proving he paid gossip sites to publish false stories about me, emails coordinating fake photo ops with hired models, text messages detailing a systematic campaign to destroy my reputation. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Sterling didn't do this because he cared about truth. He did it because I caught him embezzling from this company, and instead of facing consequences, he decided to destroy me first. A reporter stood. Mr. Cole, what about your relationship with Riley Hayes? I'm getting to that. Ethan's voice cut through the noise. Sit down, the reporter said. Riley Hayes is my employee, was my project manager, is now being transferred to a different department to avoid any conflicts of interest. He paused. She's also the woman I'm in love with. The room exploded. Ethan didn't flinch. And before you ask, no, our relationship had nothing to do with the investigation. She didn't help fabricate evidence, didn't help me build a case, had no involvement in any of this until 2 weeks ago, when she started asking questions on her own. He leaned forward on the podium. Riley Hayes is brilliant. She's ethical, and she's one of the few people in 5 years who bothered to look past the rumors and see who I actually am. His voice dropped. So yeah, I fell for her, and I'm not apologizing for it. Mr. Cole, another reporter. Are you saying this relationship is appropriate? I'm saying it's real. Ethan's eyes were fire. And I'm saying that if the board decides loving someone is grounds for removal, then they can vote me out tomorrow. But I'm not lying about it, not hiding it, not pretending she doesn't matter. He straightened, which brings me to my next point. He pulled out a folder, set it on the podium. Effective immediately, I'm stepping down as CEO of Cole Industries. Shocked silence. Riley's heart stopped. I'm appointing interim leadership while the board conducts a full review. If they determine my relationship with Ms. Hayes is inappropriate, I'll resign permanently. His jaw tightened. But I won't let my personal life be used as ammunition against the evidence I'm presenting today. He held up the USB drive again. This goes to the FBI this afternoon. Marcus Sterling will answer for what he's done. And for the first time in 5 years, his voice cracked. The truth will actually matter more than the story. He stepped back from the podium. That's all I have to say. The room erupted in chaos. Questions shouted from every direction. Cameras flashing. But Ethan just walked off the stage, straight toward Riley. He didn't stop, didn't slow down. Just pulled her into his arms in front of every camera and kissed her like the world was ending. And maybe it was. But God, it felt like the beginning. The headlines were brutal. Cole steps down amid scandal. CEO admits workplace romance. Resigns. Love or liability. Ethan Cole's shocking confession, but buried underneath. Sterling evidence deemed credible by FBI. Former partner faces fraud charges. The smear campaign against Ethan Cole. A timeline. Riley sat in Ethan's apartment, their apartment now, technically, since she'd barely left in 3 days, scrolling through the news. Stop reading that, Ethan said from the kitchen. I can't help it. Yes, you can. He brought her coffee, sat beside her on the couch. It's just noise. Noise that's destroying your reputation. My reputation was already destroyed. He took the phone from her hands, set it aside. Now, at least it's destroyed for the truth instead of lies. She looked at him, really looked. 3 days since the press conference. 3 days of chaos and interviews and emergency board meetings. And he looked lighter, younger, like he'd been carrying weight for so long that he'd forgotten what it felt like to stand up straight. Are you okay? She asked, honestly. He pulled her into his side. Yeah, I am. You just gave up your company. I stepped down temporarily. There's a difference. They might not let you come back. Then I'll build something new. He kissed her temple. With you, if you want. Her throat burned. Ethan, I mean it. He turned to face her. I've spent 10 years building that company, and it almost killed me. So if the board decides I'm unfit, then screw it. I'll start over. Do something that doesn't require me to pretend I'm someone I'm not. What would you even do? He smiled. I don't know. That's the exciting part. She shook her head. You're insane. Maybe. He pulled her into his lap. But I'm happy. For the first time in 5 years, I'm actually happy. His hand cupped her face. Because of you, he said quietly. Because you looked at me and saw someone worth believing in. Someone worth fighting for. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I didn't do anything. You did everything. He wiped her tears with his thumb. You stayed when anyone else would have run. You believed me when everyone else thought I was lying. You stood next to me in front of those cameras, even though you knew what it would cost. His forehead touched hers. So yeah, maybe I lost the company. Maybe my reputation's still trash. Maybe we're both gonna be unemployed by next week. He smiled. But I've got you. And that's worth more than all of it. She kissed him, soft, slow, trying to pour everything she felt into this one moment. When they pulled apart, his phone was ringing. Michael, his lawyer, Ethan answered. Yeah, he listened. His face changed. Are you serious? A pause. All of it. Another pause. Jesus. He hung up, looked at Riley with wide eyes. Sterling's been arrested. FBI raided his office an hour ago. He laughed, disbelieving. They found everything. Offshore accounts, forged documents, evidence of bribing journalists and photographers. It's over. Riley's hands covered her mouth. Oh my God. And that's not even the best part. He stood, pulled her up with him. The board just called an emergency meeting. They're voting on my reinstatement tomorrow. What does that mean? It means Michael thinks they're going to ask me to come back. His smile was wild, dangerous, because the evidence I provided just saved the company from a hostile takeover Sterling was planning. Her heart hammered. You're kidding. I'm not. He spun her around. Riley, we won. We. He stopped spinning, held her face in both hands. Because you were the one who found the pattern. You were the one who made me believe the truth mattered. This is your win as much as mine. She couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. So she just held on to him and let herself believe it. That sometimes the truth does win. That sometimes love is worth the risk. That sometimes you stand in the fire and come out stronger on the other side. The board voted unanimously to reinstate him, with conditions. Riley had to transfer departments. They had to disclose their relationship publicly, and Ethan had to implement new ethics policies across the company. He agreed to all of it, because none of it mattered compared to what he'd gained. Now, 6 months later, Riley stood in his office their office. Since she ran the new ethics and compliance division 2 floors down, watching him work, he still stayed too late, still worked too hard, still carried the weight of the company on his shoulders. But he smiled now, really smiled, especially when he looked at her. You're staring, he said, without looking up from his laptop. Can't help it. You're pretty when you concentrate. He glanced up, grinned pretty, devastatingly handsome. Better. Much. He stood, moved around the desk, pulled her close. You done for the day? Depends. You're trying to get me alone, Mr. Cole? Always. He kissed her neck. Got something I want to show you. Is it worth? Not even a little. She laughed. Then it'll have to wait. I've got a meeting. Cancel it. I can't just. Please. He pulled back, and there was something in his eyes. Something nervous. Just trust me, okay? She studied his face, then nodded. Okay? He led her to the roof, the same roof she'd been to exactly once, during a fire drill her first week. But now, it was transformed. String lights everywhere, candles in glass jars. A table set for 2 with the city sprawling below them, like a blanket of stars. Her breath caught. Ethan, I know it's cheesy. He rubbed the back of his neck. But you deserve cheesy. You deserve flowers and romance and all the things I'm terrible at. You're not terrible. I'm awful at this. He laughed nervously. I spent 5 years avoiding relationships because I thought they'd make me weak. Then you walked into my life and proved me wrong about everything. He took her hands. You made me believe the truth matters. You made me believe people can change. You made me believe love is worth fighting for even when the whole world's against you. Her eyes burned. Riley Hayes. He dropped to one knee. The world stopped. I don't have a speech prepared. Don't have some grand gesture. Just have this. He pulled out a ring. Simple, elegant, perfect, and a promise that I'll spend the rest of my life proving I'm worth the risk you took on me. Tears spilled down her face. I love you, he said, voice breaking. I love your stubborn streak, and your brilliant mind, and the way you look at me like I'm worth something. And I know it's fast. I know we've barely been together 6 months, but I've wasted enough time in my life pretending to be someone I'm not. He looked up at her with those dark, vulnerable eyes. So I'm asking you now, will you marry me? She should think about it, should be practical, should remember that 6 months ago, she hated him based on rumors. But she looked at this man who'd burned his whole world down for the truth. This man who'd stood beside her when the cameras were flashing and the headlines were brutal. This man who'd chosen her over everything, and she didn't hesitate. Yes, she breathed. His face transformed. Yeah, yes, you idiot. Yes. He slid the ring on her finger, then stood and kissed her like she was air, and he'd been drowning his whole life. And somewhere in the city below, the truth was still spreading. But up here, on this rooftop, under these stars, none of it mattered, because they'd found something bigger than rumors, bigger than scandal, bigger than fear. They'd found each other, and that was the only truth that mattered anymore.